Anita Sarkeesian is one of the worst people in the gaming industry. She took Gamergate, made herself and many other women the center of attention while diminishing why it started in the first place and made bank off of it. But now, hallelujah, her organization, Feminist Frequency, is shutting down. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. Now, I have had to talk a lot about Anita Sarkeesian on this channel. She is someone who has damaged the gaming industry. She has been behind a lot of bullshit that has happened, but now things are different because Anita Sarkeesian is shutting down Feminist Frequency after 15 years. So this is a Polygon article, and of course they do defend her and side with her and say that she's a saint, but it says Anita Sarkeesian is tired. Oh, boohoo, cry me a river. It's been more than 10 years since she first released Tropes versus Women in Video Games on YouTube. It's been 15 since her oldest video and the start of what's now known as Feminist Frequency. Over the years, she and her team created several groundbreaking YouTube series, hundreds of podcast episodes done with dozens of collaborators, a games industry-focused support hotline, and a award-winning non-profit organization. I think that it's funny that they say that she has created several groundbreaking YouTube series, but she's literally only known for Tropes versus Women, and she's not known for it for positive reasons. It says, of course, her work made feminist critique of the video game industry impossible to ignore, and developers listened. Yes, the video game industry has a long way to go. Not everyone listened, of course, because nothing's ever good enough for these individuals, but Feminist Frequency's criticism helped bring the language of feminism to a space that was often ignorant to it. Though Feminist Frequency started on YouTube, it grew into an organization that made a tangible impact on the industry through its work with studios and developers. And another reason why I think that this is so freaking hilarious is because the overwhelming response I have seen on the threads on Twitter/X is that, oh, Feminist Frequency was still operating, it was still around, so it's like a double win, because not only are people talking about the fact that they shut down now, but people are also having to kind of relive the past and say, I thought that they already shut down, so it's like a double whammy, and I think that that is great. But as it says, yes, I mean, Feminist Frequency did, kind of brute force their way into the industry. Of course, Anita is not the only person behind Feminist Frequency, but she is the one who started it, the most notable individual, and yeah, I mean, she did sadly help the industry to the point where it is at, where we have so many individuals who want to be activists. I talk all the time about journalists who don't actually care about the gaming industry, they just want to be activists. Those people did see individuals like Anita Sarkeesian and went, you know what, the gaming industry does have a long way to go. I'm gonna help change it. And that does suck because there's so many passionate people in this space who, were pushed to the side because of people like Anita and these, activism wannabe hack journalists. But I've also seen that people say, well, the organization lasted this long and did damage the industry, so doesn't that mean she won? No, she did not win, and we cannot even think that way. There are hundreds of thousands of creatives in the gaming industry, and let's say half are wannabe activists. Of course, that half is going to get lead positions at companies because they're brand friendly and not gonna get a company potentially canceled. She's not the number one reason for modernity being pushed with new games. She's only one of the many fingers that make up the hand. So yes, she did damage things, and sadly it did have a ripple effect, but she isn't the sole reason why the industry is the way that it is currently. And seeing organizations like this shut down could mean that going forward we see less people try it, since this one failed so epically. I mean, Feminist Frequency was only ever really a grift for her. She came into the industry, she tried to to make money off of it, and she was partially successful. I mean, she has stuck around this long. But, for me, the most alarming part of this is that clearly means she's got something else cooking. This woman always has a grift. She's doing a podcast now. She has been since last November, but I highly doubt that's doing much. Honestly, I haven't heard much about it, so I bet that she's probably hoping that is going to be her next grift. But who knows? Maybe she's going to do something else. Maybe she's going to start an actual gaming studio. I hope not, and if she did, it would be hilarious to roast, because I doubt anyone would actually buy a game from her. But, there are just a lot of questions up in the air, though. I have loved the responses people have made on social media. I, of course, made a tweet about this saying the evil has been vanquished. It is just such a funny situation. But there are people saying, I'm so happy to see that she's gone. This is amazing. I am very happy to hear it's about time. But headed on over to the Polygon thread itself, people are also saying things like good riddance to bad trash and nothing of value was lost. Hooray! Dang, laundering money out of that thing for 15 years? I am happy to hear this, and yes, again, she has done damage to the industry. Many people like her, Brianna Wu, Zoe Quinn, Anita herself, they have damaged the industry, but we have to take this as a win, because finally, Feminist Frequency is no more. And I mean, they had a pretty big social media following. Looking on over at their Twitter account / X account, 638,000 followers. But, this announcement that they're dying has 200 likes. Their post from yesterday about Barbenheimer, 5 likes. This retweet, 6 likes, 7 likes, 8 likes, 12 likes. Wow, they even got up to 25 at one point. Clearly their social media account is dead. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these were fake accounts. I'm sure the majority of them are just dead accounts at this point. But there are people that are praising the demise of this organization, and I completely agree. I started this channel to fight against people like Anita Sarkeesian, to fight against the shitty companies that are doing things that are scummy in this industry, and I will continue to do so. And in my opinion, yes, this is a win. Again, like we have talked about many times, she did hurt the industry, but I'm sure that she's going to have a new grift, but it will be easier to call out that grift now because people know how much of a scammer and how much of an awful person Anita is. I will definitely be covering any kind of posts that she makes about this. Right now, she's been pretty silent. I'm sure that she will be silent for a while, but Feminist Frequency is finally shutting down after 15 years. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.